If you are a fan of classic movies, you won't want to miss the opportunity to watch some of the best films starring Cary Grant, the TCM Star of the Month for December. Cary Grant was one of the most versatile and charismatic actors of Hollywood's golden age, who could excel in comedy, drama, romance, and adventure. He worked with some of the most acclaimed directors, such as Alfred Hitchcock, Howard Hawks, and Leo McCarey, and co-starred with some of the most glamorous actresses, such as Audrey Hepburn, Grace Kelly, and Ingrid Bergman. A few of my favorite Cary Grant movies include His Girl Friday, a fast-paced screwball comedy directed by Howard Hawks, in which Grant plays a newspaper editor who tries to prevent his ex-wife and star reporter from remarrying. Much of the clever and witty dialogue was actually improvised by Grant and his co-star Rosalind Russell.
Got a better offer, huh?
You bet I've got a better
All right, go on, take it, work for somebody else. That's the gratitude I get.
Oh, I wish you'd
What
stop
were you when you came
panning.
here 5 years ago, a little college girl from a school journalism? I took a doll-faced hick.
Well, you wouldn't take me if I hadn't been doll-faced.
Oh, why should I? It'll be a novelty to have a face around here a man can look at without shuddering.
Listen, Walter.
Listen, I made a great reporter out of you, Hildy, but you won't be half as good on any other paper, and you know it. We're a team, that's what we are. You need me, and I need you, and the paper needs both of
Sold
us.
American!
Notorious, co-starring Ingrid Bergman, is a suspenseful thriller directed by Alfred Hitchcock, in which Grant plays a government agent who recruits a woman with a tainted past to spy on a group of Nazis in Brazil.
What's your angle?
Got a job for you.
There's only one job that you coppers would want me for.
You remember a man named Sebastian?
One of my father's friends, yes.
He's part of the combine that built up the German war machine in hopes to keep on going. We have to contact him.
She's a perfect type for the job. Sebastian knows her. He was once in love with her. She's good at making friends with gentlemen.
I don't think any of us have any illusions about her character, have we, Devlin?
The Bishop's Wife is a charming fantasy directed by Henry Coster, in which Grant plays an angel who helps set an ambitious bishop on the right track. The film co-stars David Niven and Loretta Young.
I don't believe you're an angel. I think you're a demon right out of...
Oh, Henry. Why don't you fight for her?
Fight? For an angel?
Julia's a creature of earth. She's a woman, Henry. And you are a man.
An Affair to Remember, co-starring Deborah Kerr, is a romantic melodrama directed by Leo McCarey, in which Grant plays a playboy who falls in love with a singer on a cruise ship, but fate intervenes when they plan to meet again 6 months later.
I miss you.
I miss you.
Why don't you phone more often?
Oh, I will. Don't go away. Now, couldn't we at least eat together, in my room or yours or something?
The news would be all around the ship before we had our salad. Crew talks too, you know.
I understand.
Do go round the other way. You're making me dizzy.
I feel better, too.
North by Northwest is an action-packed adventure directed by Alfred Hitchcock, in which Grant plays an innocent man who is mistaken for a spy and chased across the country by both villains and police.
Apparently, the only performance that'll satisfy you is when I play dead.
Your very next role. You'll be quite convincing, I assure you.
I'm an advertising man, not a red herring. I've got a job, a secretary, a mother, 2 ex-wives, and several bartenders dependent upon me. And I don't intend to disappoint them all by getting myself slightly killed.
The Awful Truth is another screwball comedy co-starring Irene Dunne. It's about a rich couple who decide to divorce, but then try to sabotage each other's new relationships. The film is based on a play by Arthur Richmond and directed by Leo McCarey.
Well, I don't want to be rude, but may I have a drink?
Certainly.
I had 3 or 4 before I got here, but they're beginning to wear off, and you know how that is.
The Philadelphia Story is a romantic comedy directed by George Cukor and co-starring Katharine Hepburn and James Stewart. The film is based on the Broadway play of the same name by Philip Barry. The story revolves around a socialite who is about to remarry, but her ex-husband and a tabloid reporter complicate her plans.
What is this, Connor?
Oh, easy, old man. She's not hurt?
No.
Not wounded, all but dead.
Seems the minute she hit the water, the wine hit her. Now, look here, Connor.
A likely story, Connor.
Hello, Dexter. Hello, George. Hello, Mike.
Suspicion is a thriller directed by Alfred Hitchcock and co-starring Joan Fontaine. The film is based on the novel Before the Fact by Francis Iles. The plot revolves around a shy young heiress who marries a charming gentleman, and then begins to suspect he is trying to kill her.
I want nothing but to spend the rest of my life with you. But if you were to die first,
If I were to die first.
From that moment on, my life was filled with fear. Not of Johnny, I loved him too much to really be afraid. But the fear of not knowing, the agony of waiting, of wondering how it would happen, of waking in the middle of the night, shaking with terror, and finding myself praying that whatever it was, it would be done quickly and with mercy. These are the facts, the evidence before the crime.
To Catch a Thief, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, is about a retired cat burglar who tries to clear his name from a series of robberies in the French Riviera. He meets and falls in love with Grace Kelly, who plays the daughter of a wealthy widow. The film is a blend of romance, comedy, and suspense, with scenic views of Monte Carlo and the Mediterranean coast.
The scandalous romance that shocked even the blasé international set between this restless, thrill-hunting American heiress and the notorious man of mystery the French underworld called the Cat. For the game they played was not played for money, and the characters they played with played for keeps. No one but Hitchcock could create such relentless excitement, filling the screen with fireworks as he matches the blazing talents of these two great stars in the love affair of the year.
Indiscreet is about a diplomat who pretends to be married to avoid commitment. He falls in love with an actress, played by Ingrid Bergman, who discovers his lie and decides to teach him a lesson. The film is a romantic comedy directed by Stanley Donen and based on a play by Norman Krasna.
Why do you pretend to be a married man when you're not? I know there's a big hole in your argument. I haven't come to it yet, but there must be. There must be.
Why must there be?
You've got it all wrong. You're the exception, you know. Most people do get married.
Well, I don't resent that.
That's very tolerant of you.
I merely asked them to respect my indifference.
That Touch of Mink is a romantic comedy co-starring Doris Day. It tells the story of a wealthy businessman who falls in love with a young woman who works at an unemployment office. He offers her a trip around the world, but she wants to get married first. The film was nominated for 3 Academy Awards and was a box office success.
Then we go to Monte Carlo, where perhaps I can induce a friend of mine to take us for a cruise around the Greek island. That's the only way to see the Greek island. Slowly, by boat. They're like fine paintings. You mustn't rush up to them. Then we'll continue on around the world, and by the time we get back here, this building ought to be finished. Well, if you don't like this apartment, you can have your choice of all the others.
May I ask one question?
What?
Did you just ask me to marry you?
No.
A man picks you up off the street, drags you up to his office, tricks you into taking your clothes off, and then propositions you. What can you expect from a man like that? Respect.
Charade is a romantic comedy mystery directed by Stanley Donen and co-starring Audrey Hepburn. The film is set in Paris, where a young widow is pursued by several men who want a fortune her murdered husband had stolen. Grant plays a charming stranger who helps her, but his motives are unclear. The film is known for its witty dialogue, suspenseful plot twists, and stylish cinematography.
Do we know each other?
Why do you think we're going to?
I don't know. How would I know?
Because I already know an awful lot of people, and until one of them dies, I couldn't possibly meet anyone else.
Well, if anyone goes on the critical list, let me know. What are you doing in here?
I'm having a nervous breakdown.
Monkey Business is another screwball comedy directed by Howard Hawks and co-starring Ginger Rogers, Charles Coburn, and Marilyn Monroe. The plot revolves around a chemist, Dr. Barnaby Fulton, who is developing a pill that will defy the aging process. However, a loose chimpanzee mixes some chemicals together that produces a youth serum. The film is full of hilarious situations and witty dialogue, as Fulton and his wife experience the joys and troubles of being young again.
Yes, it's monkey business, all right. And believe me, Cary never had so much fun in his life. Want to know why? Well, just look at what goes into this monkey business. There's a generous helping of Ginger. Ginger Rogers, that is. A dash of Charles Coburn for a chaser. Plenty of Marilyn Monroe for spice. And someone to see that things shape up properly. Scientifically, of course.
I've done a lot of experimenting with this kind of thing.
You can come in now, if you're not too busy.
Miss Laura was just showing me her acetates.
Penny Serenade co-stars Irene Dunne. The film is a melodrama that shows the struggles of a couple who adopt a child. Grant was nominated for an Oscar for his role in this film.
It's not only for my wife and me I'm asking you to let us keep her judge. It's for her sake, too. She doesn't know any parents but us. She wouldn't know what had happened to her. You see, there's so many little things about her that nobody would understand her the way Julie and I do. We love her, Judge. Please don't take her away from us. Look, I'm not a big shot now. I'll do anything. I'll work for anybody. I'll beg. I'll borrow. Please, Judge, I'll sell anything I've got until I get going again. Only she'll never go hungry and she'll never be without clothes, not as long as I've got two good hands to help me.
None But the Lonely Heart is a drama about a restless and unemployed young man who falls in love with a terminally ill woman. The film is based on a novel by Richard Llewellyn and was directed by Clifford Odets. The film was nominated for 4 Academy Awards, including Best Actor for Grant, who gave a rare dramatic performance.
If I love you, it's something I can't help and something that I need.
Where's the money come from? Bought all this?
Where does money come from, Ma? You earn it, you steal it. You find it, someone leaves it to you.
Find yours under a tree.
That's it, Ma.
Hope you won't find any more, son.
I could murder you myself. What would you want me for? Be your girl? Your wife?
I see your point, Ada. And I'll never let you go.
No, you don't. You don't touch me ever again. No, you don't.
Grant never won an Academy Award, but he received an honorary Oscar in 1970 and a Kennedy Center honor in 1981. He started as a vaudeville performer and then moved to Broadway, where he caught the attention of Hollywood producers. He changed his name to Cary Grant and made his film debut in This Is the Night, a 1932 pre-code comedy film directed by Frank Tuttle. It stars Lily Damita, Charles Ruggles, Roland Young, and Thelma Todd. The plot revolves around an affair that is almost exposed when the wife's husband returns unexpectedly from the Olympics.
Why, Steve.
Where's your dress?
Dress? Oh, why, I threw it away. It was all in strips.
What? What happened?
It was pulled off me in the car. Oh, darling, I want you to meet Mr. Gerald Gray, a very old friend. I've spoken of him often, remember?
No.
Oh, of course. He,
Did he? Was he the one who...
No. It was his chauffeur.
His chauffeur?
Yes. You see, I got my dress caught in the door of the car, and, the chauffeur closed the door too soon. It was just an accident.
Accident.
Grant became a leading man in romantic comedies, dramas, and thrillers, working with some of the most acclaimed directors and co-stars of his time. He was known for his mid-Atlantic accent, debonair demeanor, light-hearted approach to acting, and sense of comic timing. He could play sophisticated gentlemen, charming rogues, or witty heroes with equal ease and charm. Grant retired from acting in 1966, after making 76 films. He wanted to spend more time with his daughter Jennifer, whom he had with his 4th wife Diane Cannon. He had been married 5 times, but only Jennifer was his child. Cary Grant is widely regarded as one of the greatest actors of all time and one of the most influential style icons. He has been ranked by the American Film Institute as the 2nd greatest male star of classic Hollywood cinema, after Humphrey Bogart. His films have been preserved by the Library of Congress as culturally significant. His legacy lives on in the hearts and minds of millions of classic movie fans around the world. TCM will screen Cary Grant films every Friday in December. From the balcony, this is Shiny D.
Now, in the study, if we could just push out this wall a little and put in a built-in bar, we could...
Excuse me, dear.
Huh?
These bedrooms are too small. And we'll have to have a little dressing room.
Yeah, and closets, Mr. Sims. Plenty of closets. If there's one thing this family needs, it's closets.
Yes, if I might make a suggestion.
And bathrooms, Mr. Sims. Each bedroom must have at least one bathroom.
But that would be 4 bathrooms, Mrs. Blandings.
Yeah.
And off the kitchen,
And I think...
a little flower.
Here, see, there should be a terrace
stone
off the study
floor,
with a little awning and an outdoor fireplace.
Shelves for vases,
Sort of a
and
barbecue
closet
thing, you
for
know,
gardening things.
what do they call it? Roasting
and
pit, a rotisserie thing.
Oh.
Yeah, for Sunday.